Hi, everybody. It's Craig and Arun back with your NBA basketball picks for Thursday, the 15th of January, 2026. Hope everybody's had a great night. I know I had a great night yesterday. Had a 3-0 2 days back. Then I had a 1-2, and then 3-0 again yesterday. I know IC's been ridiculously hot for college basketball in the NBA. And hey, how about you get in on us? You want to get on the top plays? Very simple to do so. All you got to do is go over to the website. Right here is how you do it. Sorry, go right here. Nope. Let me redo that. All you got to do is go over to the website. You get the 2-for-1 football pass, 2-for-1 NBA pass, or 2-for-1 college basketball pass. It's $99 per sport. So like tonight, I'm gonna have a top play in the NBA. So will I see you can get in on it. Just $99. You get them both for the night, and you get 6 more days of play. Same way with college basketball. Same way with football for this weekend. DocSports.com/Craig Arun. The only place you will find this is at this link. Now, we know what you came for, the NBA free plays. Memphis, Orlando starting us off in a matinee here at 2 o'clock on Thursday. Orlando's favored by 4.5, total of 229. These teams aren't that far apart. Just 5-5 for Orlando in the last 10. Memphis 4-6. What do you like in this matchup?
It's been a long time since I saw a Thursday matinee game that's not Christmas related. So that's kind of interesting. So it's 17-22 versus 22-18 teams hooking up here. Look, Memphis won 105-104. They've won back-to-back games coming in. This was, last year. So Orlando has a little bit of revenge. But look, I'm impressed with how Memphis is playing. You lose to Oklahoma City by 1 point. You beat the Nets by 5 points. You beat the Spurs by 1 point. If you've beaten the Spurs and nearly beat Oklahoma City in 2 out of your last 4 games, that's pretty darn good. And they covered against the Lakers as well and nearly beat them twice. I think they're playing really well right now. And, this is a team that, Memphis rolls in. They only shot 32% from the field in their last game. They managed to win that contest. I like the fact that Orlando comes off a big win against the Pelicans, but they also laid an egg against Philadelphia. They also lost to Washington recently by 8 points, and they were 7.5-point chalk. They lost to the Bulls by 7 points. They were 9.5-point chalk. Oh, by the way, they covered against the Pelicans, but they haven't covered back-to-back games in a long time. For Orlando, you'd have to go back all the way till the middle of November, late November. So it's almost been, December? It's been a month and a half since this team covered back-to-back games. And I like the Memphis Grizzlies plus the 4.5. Craig, the Phoenix Suns here, plus 6.5-point dog against the Detroit Pistons. Seems a little high. These two teams haven't met this year. Phoenix lost to Miami 121-127 last game. Detroit lost to Clippers 92-98, only scoring 92 points, but they have won 7 of their last 10. Who do you like here?
Well, one of my favorite angles as a handicapper, I had the Suns the last time they played, and I was wrong. I ended up losing. They were terrible the first half, won by like 17 points in the third quarter, tied up, and ended up losing by 6, not covering. One of my favorite angles is if you like a team and they don't play well, you kind of go back to the well, as they say, the next game, because when they don't play well, you get better odds the next time out. Like this line, probably, if they would have won that game, this line would probably be 4.5, maybe even 4. This team is 8-2 against the spread in their last 10 games. So they've been great for us bettors. You can't just get off a team because they have one bad game. Booker and company's been playing great. The Dylan Brooks thing, the trade, I was like, that is like, he's just a throw-in. He's been playing great. He's like their second best player right now. And, I like them here. I do think Detroit gets the win. We saw Detroit lose last time out to the Clippers. So I do think they play a little better tonight. But I think this is a close game. I think Phoenix covers. I think they might even pull off the upset here. And remember, anytime there's a West Coast team versus an East Coast team, the West Coast, like the 6 and 7 teams in the West would be 2nd and 3rd in the East right now. The West is just way stronger. And I think this Detroit team's good. I just don't think they're like first in the West type of good. Don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on all the great content we have here at Doc Sports. Next game, Thunder at the Rockets. Thunder -4, total of 223. Oklahoma City, I see they finally got over the hump when it was coming to the Spurs. Now they face a Houston team that's not been playing great, just 3-7 against the spread too for us bettors. What do you like?
Oklahoma City won 125-124 back on October 21st. So Houston has a little bit of revenge here. Oklahoma City, big win against the Spurs. They finally got over the hump and beat them. They've won 4 in a row now, beating the Spurs, Miami, Memphis, and Charlotte. Okay. Injury-wise, you still have Dort, who's listed as day-to-day in this contest, but pretty much they're healthy, okay? And Finney-Smith is listed as day-to-day, and so is Eason. So pretty much everybody's healthy. Houston comes into this game playing like absolute dog poop against Chicago, and they've now lost 6 straight covers, but they did did beat the Bulls, but they've lost 6 straight covers coming in. I think for this game, I think this is a game that Houston has to step up. They were tight. They lost by 1 point in the last time in overtime. They played like dog poop against Chicago. They had lost to Sacramento and Portland twice. This is one of those games to see if they test to the mettle of Oklahoma City. I think they get up for this game. And I understand why Oklahoma City is favored by 4, but I absolutely like Houston plus the 4 here. I think they have a little revenge. I think they play like dog poop last game. I like the fact that Oklahoma City finally got over the hump against the Spurs. Let down. Give me the Rockets plus the 4. Craig, Celtics minus 2-point favorite against the Heat here, coming in here on the road. They have met once this year. Celtics won 129-116 by 13 points already. Boston off back-to-back losses against Indiana and San Antonio. That Indiana loss kind of hurts because they were minus 5-point chalk. But hey, we told you right on this video that I favored the Indiana Pacers plus the 5, and they certainly did it. Miami comes off a big win against Phoenix, 127-121. So let me lay it out for you. Miami off a big win, Boston off a pair of losses, but Miami's got the revenge. Who do you like?
Yeah, Miami's been the Jekyll and Hyde team of like with Tyler Hero, kind of without him. With him, they have not been great. This last time they did beat a good Phoenix team. But, I mean, before that, this is like a team that's under 500 with Tyler Hero. It makes zero sense that you get back one of your better shooters, better playmakers, and you're worse. But Norman Powell was playing great before. And it seems like when he's there, he kind of takes second fiddle. And I don't think that should be the case. Norman Powell was playing MVP, or not MVP, but all-star type level. I think they need to make him the first option. I do think Boston will play better in this one. But I kind of think Miami Heat, that was a big win. I think they kind of maybe found something with Hero with this group. I'm going to take Miami Heat plus the 2 here. The Celtics have lost 2 in a row. I will give them a little excuse 2 back against the Spurs. That was in a back-to-back spot, so you always give them, like an excuse on that one. But no excuse against the Pacers. They just didn't play very well. Give me the Heat in this matchup. I think it's going to be a great game. Probably the best game on the board tonight. Next game, Milwaukee Bucks at the Spurs at 8 o'clock. Eastern time. Spurs favored by 7.5 total, 226.5. Spurs just 4-6 in their last 10. This has definitely been the worst stretch they've had this season. Before this, I mean, like they were the top 3 or 4 team in the league, and such a young team. What do you think here? Can they bounce back after that loss against Oklahoma City?
Okay, so Spurs won 144-118 last time, right? January 31st. And this was, obviously these two teams haven't met this year, okay? So Milwaukee comes off back-to-back ugly losses to Minnesota, 106-139 and 104-108. And those are tough losses. And this last contest to Minnesota really hurts. And especially it looks even worse because Giannis played that contest, right? Minnesota came in shooting 60% from the field and 52% from three-point land. San Antonio comes in off of back-to-back losses against Oklahoma City and Minnesota, and they're looking to bounce back. And they only scored 98 points in the last game as well. When you take a look at that contest, it was pretty bad because finally Oklahoma City, but they were actually in that game. I mean, they were only down by 3 points going into the half, and we thought, it's going to happen again. Oklahoma City is about to lose once again to the Spurs, but it didn't happen. I was interested to see what the total was in this game, and it came in at 226.5. I like the under here. I think you get a frustrated Bucks team that comes in giving up a billion points in their last game, right? They gave up 139 points in their last game, not to mention the fact last time these two teams met, they gave up 144 points. I like the fact the Spurs come off of back-to-back loss. Their intensity should be up there. They should play better defense. Give me the under 226.5 as it is tonight. And obviously, if you wait on it, given that 70% of the public's on the over, you'll probably get a better line. Craig, Utah minus 1 point chalk against Dallas on the road here. Utah already beat them 116-114 January 8th, just 6 days ago. Utah comes off of a tight loss against the Bulls. They played well. They lost by 2 points. Their coach on a couple of TikToks is coaching them really hard here, which is fantastic. 8 of 10 covers for them, too, by the way, including an outright win against Cleveland, beating Dallas as well just 4 games ago. Dallas comes in beating the Nets, by the way, 113-105. So both teams coming off, Dallas coming off a win, Utah coming off a barely loss, but Dallas got the revenge. Who do you like?
Yeah, the big news is Markkanen did not play. That game against Chicago was yesterday. So this is a back-to-back spot. Last time Markkanen didn't play, do we remember? The Hornets went and beat them by 50. So a lot of people were like, Markkanen's not playing. Everybody jumped on. I saw Twitter was when that announced, that he was going to be out with illness. I mean, everybody and their brother was betting them, and the line went way up, and they didn't cover. I don't think he'll play tonight again, but I would wait to bet this. If Utah Jazz get Markkanen back, I would take the Jazz in this spot. If he doesn't play, I would take Dallas. I think it's that simple. Yes, they got over in one game. We've talked about this many times. When you have a player go down for one game, you can sometimes get up and make those coverages. It starts to get the second game, the third game. The farther it goes along, the more that loss kind of starts to affect the team, especially in a back-to-back spot. So that's how I would play this game. I would not play it until game time, and I knew who was going to be starting as far as marketing is concerned. Next game, New York Knicks at the Golden State Warriors. Golden State Warriors are favored by 6. Total of 229.5. And Golden State's coming off, I think it was the Kings they hammered last time out. And the Knicks are just 5-5 in the last 10 and 3-7 against the spread. Really struggling right now, and just 8-10 over on the road. Can they fix their road woes here?
Well, I mean, they're down 52-75 against the Kings right now. So that's pretty ugly for the Knicks. That was a game that I thought they would actually play pretty well. They were 11-point chalk going into that game. So Sacramento's found something in a bottle, and they're playing well. New York lost to this team 97-94 last time out. This was last year. New York coming in as a 5-point dog, and they're getting their butts handed to them right now. Maybe they're looking ahead to the Warriors game, which is probably the case.
Yeah,
they did
absolutely
win. They beat the Blazers coming in, but then now they're getting clobbered. Golden State, of course, beating Portland 119-107. They got Charlotte on deck, which isn't really anything on deck. They've won 3 out of their last 4. I'm going to take New York here. I think as they are getting absolutely just clobbered here, I think they're going to step up here against these Warriors coming off a bad effort. What I need to see real fast is if Brunson is playing this contest for these Knicks right now. Let me see. Why are they losing so bad? Yeah, Brunson's playing, but he only played 4 minutes and 59 seconds, Craig. So Brunson looks like he went out this game.
Yeah.
So that kind of makes sense. So I'm going to take the over here. I think what will happen is as the Knicks come off that injury, you're going to have, which is why this line is quickly adjusted to 6, by the way. Now that makes sense because normally I would have expected him to be a 4.5-point dog. I think this game probably goes over. I think with Brunson out, the ball's not going to stick. It's going to move around. A whole bunch of guards are going to play. Knicks likely an active dog as well, not shooting as well in this contest. It makes sense. Give me the over between the Knicks and the Warriors as you get a live change based on an injury. Pretty darn cool. Atlanta Hawks, my Hawks here, 4-point chalk on the road against the Blazers. The Blazers beat them 127-113 last year, so that is irrelevant. My Hawks are 2 games under 500. Blazers about the same record. Both these teams around 20-22. Blazers 19-22. Hawks coming off an ugly loss to the Lakers, 116-141. But that's because the Lakers are coming off an ugly loss before that. So I don't blame my Hawks for that. Hawks had beaten Golden State, Denver, and New Orleans prior to that. Portland coming off back-to-back losses to the Warriors and the Knicks. Who do you like, Craig?
Yeah, the big problem here for Portland is all the injuries. Lillard, Wesley, Henderson, Thibault, Murray, all out, and most likely Grant and Avila are out. It's like the MASH unit. And the Atlanta team is actually pretty healthy comparatively. And like you said, you draw the line through the last game. That last game against the Lakers, it was like the Lakers were set, like they were embarrassed the day before, came home, and they got up for that. And the Hawks weren't ready for it, blitzed them, and they were never in it. Sometimes you just draw a line through that. If you draw a line through that, the Hawks have been playing really good before that. Give me the Hawks in this spot. They're a favorite for a reason. Follow the money here. There's even some 3.5s out there. It's because Portland is really, really banged up. It's not one guy. It's the entire team. Last game, Charlotte Hornets at those Lakers that we talked about. Lakers just 5-5 in their last 10. They're facing a Charlotte team they're 4-6 in their last 10, but 7-3 against the spread. This team has been getting it done for us bettors. They are until last game where they lost by 8 to the Clippers at a spread of 5. They had covered 6 of the last. Well, now they're 6 of the last 8 games. What do you like in this spot?
Yeah, look, you have an opportunity where the Lakers just beat this team 121 to 111, right? The last time they played them. Charlotte, of course, lost to the Clippers 109-117. I like Charlotte here. I'll tell you why, because they beat Utah 115-95. They've been a covering machine. They've covered 7 of their last 9. They were playing really well against Charlotte, actually, or I should say the Clippers, and then they just kind of fell apart a little bit late. They were up by 2 at the end of the first. They got outscored by 4 in the second, and then they tied in the third, 41 points each of them, and then they got outscored by 6 in the fourth. So that's not really bad considering how good the Clippers have been playing, to be honest with you. So I can't be mad at them. Clippers also had a 4 free throw advantage as well, a 4-shot free throw advantage. I like the fact Charlotte comes off a loss. I like the fact that the Lakers come in throttling my Hawks 141-116, which is their biggest win in a long time. The last time the Lakers won anything that big by a margin, by that margin, maybe Utah by 14, but not even by that. I mean, I don't know how they're going to handle success. In fact, they have not beaten any team by the margin that they beat my Hawks by. So give me Charlotte plus the 4.5. I don't think they're going to go winless in Los Angeles. I think they'll do something pretty well, or at least be competitive. Give me Charlotte plus the 4.5.
All right, that's what we like for today. Don't forget, if you want in the 2-for-1 pass right here, DocSports.com/Craig Arun. We both have top plays in the NBA tonight, so you can get them for just $99. You get not just both a play each tonight, 6 more days where we're going to have a play every day for you. Some days I even have 2. So some days you might get 3 between us. All right, so get in on DocSports.com/Craig Arun, and we'll see you again tomorrow.